What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be doing the special ramp up challenge for you guys, trying to get those 9 wins. And I think I may cut some of the games, but I may do all 9. It just depends on how long it takes. But I think this deck is amazing both on ladder and game challenges. So this gameplay will be effective, like demonstration for challenge and ladder as well. But it's ramp up eventually gets the 3 times elixir, and like rocket NATO and elixir are like all big value and 3 times elixir when you can spam and have all the elixir in the world. And golem is also better the longer the game goes on and the higher the elixir is. So this is the deck I'm gonna go with. This is also a good ladder and challenge deck. This is probably the best golem deck. You can switch out lightning if you prefer that, but I think this challenge, especially rocket, will be better. People already use rocket because it's so good in the current meta with Xe and Sparky being really OP. So with that being said, we will do our best to pick up the dubs. Of course, we're always going to start the game kind of slow because we don't particularly want to overcommit early in the game and get behind an elixir. Alright, so our opponent here is going with elixir golem. We're going to try to defend this e-golem as well as we can, and then counter push really hard. That's a really bad goblin barrel by him. He's already behind elixir, and he actually slowed down my Xe so that I have time to play golem in front of it. It would have been kind of sketchy before that. And I'm pretty sure he threw that goblin barrel when he was almost at like, so he's at 0 after playing that probably. Not quite 0, but still, it's going to be hard for him to kill the golem. And now I can just drop a night witch, still ahead in elixir of course. And the tower will target one of the bats, so that won't be hitting the night witch. I thought about rocketing the wizard, but I don't think it's worth it. We'll just wait and counter him once he crosses the bridge. And then we'll go barb barrel once it's locked on. Oh, he has hog. He has 3 win conditions. Interesting. I guess that's his take on what should be good with triple elixir. Alright, so we're going to ignore that. We have Keen Tower activated. And then we're just going to goblin cage this. We won't have a pull later, but we can just rely on Xe. And he's going really low in elixir by over committing here. And I'm going to have a counter push that'll take his tower. And then on the left side, we've got a big golem push building up. I'm just going to let this die. Yeah, he's going to try to counter push off of this, but the E-Golem is just going to die, and he doesn't have an elixir lead now. I'll just go ahead and golem in front of this. I think I actually leaked a little bit of elixir because of the E-Golem. That's my bad for not playing a little bit faster. The triple elixir coming in hot. We're not gonna defend that. We're just gonna stack a bunch of splash troops and then go for a NATO. This is expensive, but we just got a bunch of elixir, so we kind of need to spend it from the E-Golem. And it looks like that'll be a 3 crown. This deck, extremely strong in 3 times elixir. A lot of the times, I mean, if they give you a bunch of troops that are weak to rocket, go for it. But otherwise, just like stack troops. And none of your troops are like particularly weak to like a spell unless they have their own like rocket NATO. Just be aware of whether they have a rocket is what I would say. What? Wait, what? Why didn't it give me a win? Wait, what? Oh. That was weird. It said challenges ended, and I didn't get the win at first, but then I did get it afterwards. That was very odd. His client is Ice Baby. Alright, so we're just going to look to wait. If you play something, we'll go ahead and set up a goblin cage. Well, okay. Never mind. It turned out fine. I was going to say, that should have been a baby dragon for me, but he ends up playing a ram rider in front of it, so it worked out perfectly. I played that baby dragon a little bit too far away, and the ram rider kept it from shooting for a bit. That was my mistake, but not a big deal. That's an overcommit, so we're just going to go in the back. We're up at least 4 elixir. And I can know that because assuming best case scenario for him, he's using the lightning there when he's at 10 elixir. He may have even had less than 10 elixir, but if he's using the lightning when he has 10 elixir, it puts him at 4, and I got the 10, and it was about 2 elixir, so he's at 6, best case scenario for him, which is probably the truth. So I'm up at least 4. Alright, we're going to go ahead and NATO this all in. And that is a lot of value. Ooh, hopefully the axe ends up hitting the bandit too. I think it will. Oh, not quite. Make sure we're not leaking there. Get some down. I'll just go ahead and drop a goblin cage, and then we'll set up a golem where it's about to hit 3 times elixir, so we can't really be punished all that well. That's a really nice Exy. I don't even need a NATO. Remember, I get a hit, but I think it's worth it to not have to NATO there. Save elixir. I'm gonna space out troops here so he doesn't get too much spell value or anything. I'm gonna like predict his P.E.K.K.A. He gave up. I thought he would P.E.K.K.A the Exy there, but I mean, odds are he was gonna get destroyed in this counter push, so that is a dub for us. If we can keep up 3 crowning before it gets to overtime, then I can include all 9 matches. Because if I finish each game in like 3 minutes, then it's 27. So that is manageable. But still in this challenge, unless okay. So I was actually gonna say don't golem to start the game because it is single elixir to start and you can be punished pretty hard. But since he drops giant, you can golem same way. But typically you wouldn't. Go ahead and drop Night Witch to get the bats spawning. I'm gonna like Exy low. The golem's dead. He has too much crap there, and I don't really have anything to deal with that. No NATO in hand. But it will take out one of the spawners, and then I can, in the future, I can rocket other spawners, but this one's already like half dead, so I don't see any reason to rocket it. That's nice. My Exy staying out of range. Ooh, and it ended up clipping the baby drag, so that's really nice. I'll just go baby drag myself. Ooh, that was so close to hitting tower. I was wondering if it would. I'll just drop goblin cage. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? This rocket will hit the giant, so I think it's worth it. If it was only hitting, it would be a -1 trade, but it's not even really a -1 trade because I end up hitting the giant, so and that takes it to half HP, so that was really worth it. It keeps me from having to play like any high DPS unit, and then I can just golem up. He still has to deal with the Night Witch and the Goblin Brawler, so he ends up playing a high baby drag. If he decides to go like giant in front of this, I'm not really worried about it either. We'll just pull. I think we're just gonna go ahead. I mean, these furnaces will die. That's a questionable Inferno Tower. We're just gonna go ahead and take out the Goblin Hut and get some tower damage for it. He is giant, so it doesn't really look like he has a way to do a ton of damage because my defense is really solid against giant, especially in 3 times elixir. And you just suicided that giant. So we may end up having to win this through rocket chip because he does have 3 buildings. So that's gonna be pretty hard for me to break through. Bats are distracting. Ooh, I get the distract with the bar barrel and the baby dragon. I think that's worth it because it'll keep our golem alive. In the meantime, let's get a NATO value here. Let's get some NATO value here. I think I'm gonna play a second. Ooh, he just wasted 5 elixir on Goblin Hut. That doesn't immediately defend the troops or the golem. And I think my troops will be able to break through now. They do. And it is going to be another 3 crown because he surrenders. Not bad, not bad. I feel bad for my dog. He was taking a nap and I started talking, so now I woke him up. And he's like, please be quiet, but I have to record video. I am so sorry, doggy. His name is Baxter. He is German Shepherd. And I think he's standing up because he wants to go outside now because he's annoyed. He's tired of my crap. Nope, nope. He just turned around. Bum, 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 bum. He's an older dog. But he's the best. Not the most value poison. Actually, that's a pretty... I respect that poison because Goblin Giant's going to help DPS down since I didn't have anything tanking for the Spirit Cups. I respect it. That was a good play. We're just going to go ahead and set up a Night Witch, and we may golem in front depending on what he does. Those are kind of bad bats. Okay, but nope. We're just gonna rock it there. If he had done something else, we would have golemed, but that would just be XE value if we golemed into it. We would be giving him XE value, that is. Alright. We'll go for a barbaro, take out the support. And we're just going to let him get a little bit of tower damage, and we're going to golem up. We're quite a bit ahead in elixir because that was really expensive by him. And now his poison's out of cycle, so I can immediately Night Witch behind and not be worried about the poison. I try to play Night Witch as late as possible, but I think I played it just a little bit too early for the first spawn of bats to not be targeted by tower. We'll see. We're just going to wait a little bit on this rocket, and then we're going to NATO the goblin brawler into the rocket. Ooh, and we pull it away so it doesn't get a second shot. We already used our NATO, so I can't NATO again, of course. He's having to defend. He's down quite a bit. He will goblin giant in front of this, but I'll have a cage in cycle. I'll try to avoid giving him poison value. He kind of messed up on his placement there. I don't need to do anything to that. And then we'll end up just rocketing this. Just get rid of it. We'll keep the Night Witch out of the poison as much as we can there. And then we'll go for a NATO here. Ooh, that was beautiful. We have enough troops here that we should be able to break through. My bad, I leaked a little bit there. I wasn't sure what was going to happen there, if I needed to set up defense or what. We're actually just going to rocket cycle and defend. We only need one more rocket, and I'm pretty sure we can defend. He's running out of time. And I can just NATO. There we are. I don't know if I could have done that if it wasn't 3 elixir, but with 3 elixir I definitely could. So his cage actually was gonna make my cage plant to the side instead of on top of it. That was funny. Now we go onwards. Alright, so I'm gonna golem up at 10. No, I'm not. We don't really have anything in hand to deal with that. I'm not rocketing it, so we'll just take the King Tower activation. Oh, you can actually NATO mini peck at a King Tower without letting it hit once. That's my bad. You can use like the old hog placement. Yeah, my bad. I've done it recently. I don't know why I did that. I didn't think about it, I guess. You can do it with Lumberjack too if Lumberjack's full HP. He's wasted so much elixir now that, well, okay, now we will. We actually weren't up that much because we only had like a +1 trade, and we leaked to go for the NATO, so. Dang, we didn't get the, well, the Goblin will die to the Goblin Brawler, but. Okay, King Tower was pretty clutch there. That was probably a stupid golem by me. Like I said, we actually weren't that up. I thought that, and he actually used the Dark Goblin as an offense. To be fair, I wasn't expecting Balloon. But we can still win, obviously, so we're fine. I'm probably going to go on bridge so that my splash will end up taking care of all this stuff. Ooh, unfortunately, we do let one of them lock on to the XE, but it'll still die to Baby Drag Splash. I'm just going to take the rocket. I'll probably exit this, especially if he goes balloon. I have to do it anyway. There's the cage. I don't have to exit, but that was a good cage by me. Oh, I couldn't get Golem in front of that, unfortunately. I just need the damage. This will be perfect. It'll draw it in, and then the minions will die, and then that's a nice NATO. I was a little bit afraid I was gonna miss the Dark God, but it did walk up. That was nice. All right, the splash damage will kill the tower and the goblins. No 3 crown this game probably, but that was a good golem. I will take 2 towers most likely. That was a good golem by me. We'll do this. Nice job rocketing the dead tower, Colton. I just wanted to make sure. But that is another dub. And like I said, this deck can be used in ladder GCs, classic challenges, not just the ramp up challenge. It's just this deck benefits from a triple elixir being a thing more than other decks could, I imagine, since it's such a heavy deck, of course. You could be like that one guy and try like a triple building spawner deck too, I guess, but it's not that good in my opinion. Even against my deck with triple like spawners there, he wasn't able to pull off too much. I did not like in a mirror match like this. You want to have either Night Witch or Exy, and I had neither. I can't native the Golem here because the support would murder me. This is a nice NATO for me on the troops. And like so NATOing the Golem there would have made me get murdered by his troops. He had really like strong troops there, so I played that about as good as I could have. And now I have the troops I want in hand that actually do damage to Golem, and he's a behind elixir. I'm at 10 and he used NATO just then. So I'm up like 3 or 4. So that's nice. I was actually up more than I thought. Make sure we don't give him spell value at any point. Too much spell value anyway. We'll just go for a rocket there. Please go, 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 go! Oh man, that was so close to being really nice. I should have waited until I had a little bit of elixir. My NATO just came out too late because I didn't have the elixir for it right away. We'll distract this so the Night Witch doesn't get killed. Dang it, we messed up. I mean, it's not terrible, but it could have been better. If I just waited a little bit on that rocket, we got so much value. From how he's playing, I'm guessing he probably has like a lightning, maybe. We're just gonna rocket that. Ooh, that's a value. If I had played it one tile further back, I maybe wouldn't have needed the NATO, but it was so pretty nice, pretty nice. If he goes for a NATO on my Golem, okay, it doesn't look like he's going to. If he were though, my troops would destroy him. And it looks like that is going to be the dub. See if we can get the 3 crown. And it looks like we have made another person give up. And that is a good game. I don't know why, I forget. I muted when I was playing ladder last time, maybe. Someone was spam BMing, I think. Bum, 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 bum. Let's throw out a bar barrel. I mean, I could wait there, but impatient, you know. Wait, what is this? Is this like Expo? I mean, his Tesla's kind of bad, and I have something up that distracts, so I can kind of just go. Okay, it's Hog. It breaks, so we're able to get the Keen Tower activation right there. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We'll just go ahead and baby drag. I don't want to wait for Exy, and then we'll go for a bar barrel. That'll distract the Tesla for a little bit, I guess. We're just gonna go ahead and take the rocket because the baby drag's locked on a tower and he can't reset it. Well, unless he has Ice Spirit, but even then he would have to play a troop first. Yes, I mean, look, I got so many baby dragon shots, so that was really nice. We'll just play Night Witch first to avoid too much pressure. And then he went Tesla. That's like a waste of 4 elixir with how slow my push is. So we'll just set up a Goblin Cage to pull his Hog when he does that. And then we'll Barb Barrel, and that's going to be able to take out the goblins and kill, or at least, yeah, and kill the musketeer because it was distracted by the goblin cage for a bit. And he's wasting a lot of elixir, so he's not going to be able to defend this all that well. And then we'll just go a second Night Witch after we NATO in this Musk. What's up, Cage? We have defense set up, so we're just going to attack, try to get the 3 crown. If not, I can defend, so. There we are. I knew he was about to go goblin, so go ahead and hover that. We'll let him attack the other lane if he wants to. He decides to defend. We'll play a second golem. We'll go ahead and NATO everything in here so that musketeer dies to the NATO. I just need a little bit of damage so I can rock it for the 3 crown. Ooh, his Tesla fails. That is death damage, and that will be the tower, hopefully. Golemites, die, 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 die. Yes. Well, I wanted them to die for splash damage, but they got their little punches in, and it was enough. Alright, we got 7 wins. And I think I counted up how much this... I think this challenge roughly gives you 25,000 gold if you get all 9 wins, and I think that's pretty nice, not bad at all. And of course, if you have the battle pass or whatever, you can continue, I think, if you lose. But for those that don't, especially, let's try to get you guys the 9-0 with this deck. That's expensive from him. I was already having cage, so I just let it go. Not bad though, because my XE didn't get a swing on it first, so not a bad lightning by him. When you take a lot of tower damage like that, you're just kind of, and you have an elixir lead especially, you're gonna, like, if they want to rush the tower when you play a golem, they can. Just let them have the tower and you'll tower trade. Because I was up. He may be playing golem as well. He is playing golem as well. So that's a bad start for us. It was a 10 for 6, so we're up 4, but still a lot of damage there to take. And he's hitting double elixir. He's going to try to get a NATO off here. We're going to try to NATO his troops so that he's not able to hit all of ours. And we are able to accomplish that. This is quite a lot of pressure for him. Those bats are going to be annoying. I'll set up another golem. We have the tempo and the elixir advantage on our side, so he's not able to attack the lane he has damage in. It's kind of what we're going for. We're going to let this baby drag lock, and then we're going to play a goblin cage. We're going to do it same lane to make sure the pool goes through. Then I'm going to go for a NATO maybe. Nice. Because of the goblin cage, it's not even able to get a hit on tower. That's exactly what we wanted. We'll see if he plays a golem in front of this stuff. Okay, we're going to go and golem up. Let his baby drag hit. He does decide to do it, but we'll pull everything opposite lane now. Gonna set up my XE here. It's gonna make it kind of hard for him to kill my XE as well, instead of playing it behind the golem where he could maybe get a NATO off. Ooh, that's kind of a greedy lightning for him, trying to damage the other tower, not hitting anything except for my XE. That's really nice for me. It's a nice little rocket there. Ooh, a bad NATO from him. He doesn't have anything down to take advantage of it. He's going to play XE as soon as he can. Oh, no, he goes for a Goblin Cage instead. This is really nice for me. XE would have been harder for me to deal with, I believe. Now my NATO's back in cycle, so I can actually take care of an XE when he does play it. He's panicking a bit, and he doesn't get his XE down. So, a pretty bad start for me. But we're able to rebound by playing Golem a little bit better than our opponents. And there's a good chance you'll face Golem Mirrors, so that's a really good one to show off. Almost 3 crowning. But that's a good one to show off kind of how to play the Golem Mirror matchup. Especially in triple elixir. Well, be careful about, I would say my number one tip in the Golem Mirror is be careful about going for like a NATO to activate Golem. Make sure you have their support troops under control, because if you're going really low elixir on a golem key tower activation, support troops are liable to just take your tower themselves. So always be aware for that, and try to get your like Night Witch and Xe down when you have golem. You're just going in the same line against golem or whatever. So he's waiting. I'm guessing he also has golem. We have golem in hand though, so there's really no reason for us to play. Like I said before, the only reason you would play at like 2 minutes as a golem player is to cycle to your golem, and when you do that, you're going to want to cycle the cheapest possible troops. Maybe he's playing a clone deck actually. He has Giant Skelly. He could also be playing like a graveyard or a balloon. I'm going to go get a Night Witch down and start DPSing that. I think this Night Witch will die to the bomb, but we'll still be ahead in elixir. That's a questionable fisherman by him. We're actually going to NATO here. By NATOing here, we will avoid our Night Witch dying to the bomb. Maybe, not quite. Unfortunately, that did not work out the way I wanted it to. We're just going to go ahead and rocket this, though. It'll allow our baby drag to be a threat to the tower, and he's going to have to play another troop to stop it, or he's going to take damage that's basically fatal because I'll almost be in rocket range. Set up a goblin cage before goleming to be safe. And we'll set up the golem. Sometimes you want a Night Witch first and then golem, but it doesn't seem like he has much pressure in this situation. He either like lagged or was really down in elixir. He may have been down in elixir. He did play a bunch of expensive troops and I got a lot of value. He'll probably defend this. Oh, I almost predicted the goblin game. I just don't want to give too much value to the giant skeleton bomb. That tower is basically dead. His fisherman isn't. He obviously didn't watch my fisherman video because he's not placing his fishermen in the right placements. Alright, we're just going to take this rocket. That's a really value rocket. And I missed. I'm bad. I should have NATO'd. I had a feeling I needed to NATO, but I thought troops would walk into it. And I wanted to not have to NATO, you know. It's a rough life sometimes. Alright, we're going to know everything into the golem knight damage and also into the Xe. To be fair, I'm playing rocket and that's the first time I've really chief padded, so you take what you can get sometimes, guys. That was a good little barbarian pull there. Let's get one more value rocket. There it is, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And I missed. I'm really surprised that NATO didn't pull the second wizard enough. He got body blocked by the other wizard. And we didn't go into overtime a single time, so this video is under 30 minutes, kind of what I was going for. It is currently at 28 minutes recording, so that is not bad. Thank you guys for watching. We got the 9-0, we got the gold, and we were able to take home the dub. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow. Peace.